Severe weather is bearing down on the Sooner State. Advice on getting storm ready for the tornado capital of the state, and streetcars are returning to Oklahoma City. This is OU Nightly. Oklahoma's weather is rearing its predictably ugly head today. Strong winds and severe thunderstorms have already hit the Sooner State, and the weather experts say that and more is on the way throughout tonight.
And OU Nightly's weather team has been keeping up with the storms and watches and warnings all day. And Kaylee next joins us now with the very latest on what we can expect.
That's right, guys. We are tracking some severe weather across the majority of the state for today. Right now, taking a look at our radar, it is pretty much localized to the southeast corner of the state with some severe showers and thunderstorms down there in the Texas, Arkansas area around the borders. Although we are tracking some storms that are down here in the central areas of Oklahoma, looking ready to build ahead as they move on later through the day. Taking a look at your watches and warnings for the day, we do have a red flag warning for the western part of Oklahoma until 8 p.m. today. That's because those areas are dry and there is a lot of wind. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch issued for the central Oklahoma corridor along I-35, and there is a tornado watch back down in that southeast corner of Oklahoma along those areas where those storms are. We'll have an update later on this for you guys in Maine weather, but for now, back to you guys at the desk. Thanks.
Thanks, Kaylee. And with storms in the forecast, people across Oklahoma are following the warnings of experts, making sure their severe weather plans are in order. The OU campus is no exception, and the school is working to make sure students and the entire campus are prepared. The administration is reaching out on social media to remind students to get ready for severe weather and how to stay safe. They are also tweeting updates on the latest alerts and warnings.
This time of year, everybody talks about getting ready for the bad weather, but what does that really mean? To get answers from those who know, Nightly's Patrick Smith went to the bullseye of Tornado Alley, Moore, Oklahoma.
Did you hear the roar, you guys?
Oklahomans are no strangers to dangerous weather. With winds that can reach 200 miles per hour, being prepared for the worst can mean the difference between life and death. Galen Kitch is the emergency manager for Moore. He says having a storm shelter helps, but isn't even the most important key to safety.
It's not about having a storm shelter, it's about knowing where you're going to go when severe weather occurs.
Moore recently built this state-of-the-art emergency operations center. In the next severe weather event, this facility will be jam-packed with emergency personnel responding to calls and dispatching aid throughout Moore. One of the biggest mistakes people make, according to Kitch, is trying to outrun a tornado.
I have pictures both from the 1999 storm and the 2013 storm, of full-size pickups that were turned on their side, blown around up a tree, and the back tires and the front tires are touching. If the warning's already been issued for the area you're in, or if the sirens are going off, it's way too late. Way too late to get in a car and go anywhere.
The emergency manager has some other advice as well. Make sure you have hard-soled shoes on, ways to keep updated on the storm, and necessities like water and spare batteries. Patrick Smith, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Patrick. Another storm brewing right now is one within the GOP. OU Nightly's Ashley Sanchez joins us now in the News Center with the latest on Donald Trump and the rest of the GOP candidates. Ashley? Cool.
Mike's not working. Coming back to 2.
Technical difficulties. Well, we're having technical difficulties right now, but we will get that updated for you in a minute.
And still ahead on OU Nightly, a new means of transportation is being added to Oklahoma's transit system.
Plus, a Noble High School tradition continues to make a difference in its community. Stay with us.
Today that the Republican Party is falling apart. GOP candidates are rejecting their pledge to support the party's nominee for president. Trump says the Republican National Committee has treated him unfairly, while John Kasich says he should not have signed the pledge to begin with. Cruz will have a hard time supporting Trump as the Republican candidate because he believes Trump has attacked him and his family. And Trump continues to stir up controversy with his latest remarks on abortion. He says that women who get abortions should face punishment if the procedure were to be outlawed in the U.S., although he has yet to determine what that punishment should be. These comments were made in an interview with MSNBC and received many negative reactions. He has now slightly revised his stance, saying the issue should be put back into the states for determination. And while the abortion issues rage on, the FDA has relaxed the requirements, for taking the abortion pill. This move will likely make it easier for doctors to more widely prescribe the drug, and in doing so, make it easier for women to receive medically induced abortions. And President Obama today granted commutations to 61 inmates. More than 1/3 were serving life sentences, and one of the inmates is an Oklahoma man who served 13 of his 20-year sentence. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Ashley. Still ahead on OU Nightly, a new means of transportation. An enduring vestige of the past is making a comeback in Oklahoma's capital city. OU Nightly's Shea Woshian tells us how the streetcars are returning to OKC.
In a couple of months, signs like this will be common in downtown Oklahoma City. After the city council gave the go-ahead, work will begin on the streetcar project.
It is a rail-based system, and it is the beginning of what we hope to be a new transit piece of our system.
From Bricktown through the business district, 5 streetcars will make their way back around in Midtown. Those cars will cost almost $25 million. So why is the city spending so much money on a transit system that only covers around 7 miles?
We have to start someplace to get a system like that. You know, we don't have several $billion that it would take to implement an entire streetcar system throughout the whole city.
Construction starts towards the end of this year, and steps have been taken to limit problems.
We have a small team of people that are going out and meeting all of the property owners and all the business owners that are within the route who will be impacted.
It'll cause a few problems, but it won't last that long, so everything will be all right afterward.
As part of the project, this old Santa Fe depot will get a facelift. When the streetcars start running, this will be the main terminal serving thousands of passengers every week. The project was slated to end in 2017, but it has been pushed back 1 year.
It'll be about a 2-year construction project, so it'll be in 2018.
But when it is completed, city leaders say the streetcars will be a game changer. Shea Woshian reporting for OU Nightly.
The entire project will cost $132 million from the city maps budget.
Well, every Wednesday, Lindsay Gomez gives us an update about what's happening in the business world. Lindsay, what do you have for us today?
Well, Annie, Apple wants to know how the FBI managed to unlock the iPhone of the San Bernardino terrorist Saeed Farouk. Apple refused to help the federal government unlock the phone, so the FBI used a third party. The tech company is afraid the FBI might have found a security flaw that could put customer information at risk. But as of right now, the FBI isn't showing any interest in giving Apple the information it's seeking. And Boeing has announced it will cut 4,000 jobs by this June. The aircraft maker says it should be able to achieve the job reductions through normal attrition, voluntary buyouts, and leaving open positions unfilled. A spokesperson for the company says it will only use involuntary layoffs as a last resort. According to company filings, Boeing has trimmed 13,000 jobs since the end of 2012. And the Federal Trade Commission is suing Volkswagen, claiming one of its ad campaigns deceived U.S. consumers. VW's ad was promoting its cars to be clean diesel with low emissions. Volkswagen has admitted that it installed illegal emission defeat devices into its cars during government testing. The FTC says the scam went on for 7 years, and more than 550,000 diesel cars were sold based on false claims. Well, guys, I know that Volkswagen is compensating those people that did buy those cars, so hopefully it all works out for them.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Lindsay. For the past 7 years, Noble High School has been working to make a difference in its community with its fundraising efforts. OU Nightly's Holden Cruzmar gives us a look at how they're changing lives one family at a time.
I love it so much.
Students Helping Others Unite Together Week, or simply known as Shout Week, started in 2009 as a way to give back to the community in a new positive way. Now a Noble High School tradition, Students look forward to this week every year.
It's really great. Even the smallest things you do, they're going to help someone, and you get to see like later on the tangible effects of like how someone was positively benefited.
Students enjoy the fun events of Shout Week, such as getting out of class, knocker ball games, and much more. It's all a part of raising money for this year's selected family, the Chaffins, who say it's a huge boost for their family. With their son Caden being treated for several medical disorders affecting his muscular development, which requires 16 hours of nursing each day. The goal for this year's Shout Week was to raise $35,000 so the Chaffins could afford a handicap-accessible van and the trip to a conference in California for Caden's condition.
We try to find what these families need and make that amount for them.
However, with the current economic hardships facing the state, advisors were unsure whether they would be able to meet this year's monetary goal.
It's been hard, and we've been worried about that.
Even with all the economic uncertainty, this year's Shout Week still managed to exceed its goal, raise over $35,000 for Caden, proving the heart still found in Oklahoma communities. Holden Cruzmark, OU Nightly.
And Shout Week plans to keep making differences in the community each year wherever the need arises.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, a rough night for Thunder in Detroit.
And Kaylee is here with a look at weather.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kaylee Nix back here with a look at your weather. Right now, the main threats for today, we are tracking severe weather in Oklahoma and parts of North Texas. Taking a look at the regional storm outlook for today, we have our main threats are damaging winds, large hail, and we cannot rule out the occasional isolated tornado. Your risk areas for Oklahoma, we have the majority of Oklahoma in the slight risk area with the southeast corner down in the enhanced risk. This means that there's not a for sure threat, or there's not a for sure chance of having this large severe weather, but there is always that chance. Storm setup for today, as we're taking a look at in the future hours, you can see that we are in that enhanced risk area over here, and there is the enhanced risk down in southeastern Oklahoma. The current temperatures outside are very warm, which is why we are seeing that storm development. We see 80 in Oklahoma City, 78 in Enid, 80 in Elk City, and the warm spot 81 in Lawton. You can see there is a nice orange area over here. It means that it is warmer in that area, which means that we can have some strong to severe storms develop over those warm spots in the state. Our dew points, which means the amount of moisture in the air, are pretty high for today in front of this, what we call the dry line. Dew points are 62 in Oklahoma City, 61 in Norman, and 68 in Ardmore, meaning that there is a lot of moisture for those storms to feed off of. Back behind that dry line, though, there is less moisture and those storms will move forward ahead. Storm timeline, as you're moving through the evening hours, we're going to see storms moving in from 5 to 8 p.m. and then 8 to 10 p.m. in the rest of the state. On a day like today, the center of attention is right here on the OU campus at the National Weather Center. The facility is the headquarters for the country's Storm Prediction Center, where meteorologists are charged with forecasting the risk of severe thunderstorms and tornadoes across the country. OU Nightly's meteorologist Mandy Bailey joins us live from OU's National Weather Center. Mandy, what's it going to look like?
Just through these doors, the SPC is coordinating all of the watches issued across the entire United States. So that severe thunderstorm watch we're in right now, they issued it this afternoon. And the local forecast office by the National Weather Service is also past these doors behind me. They're in charge of issuing all the specific warnings. So the severe thunderstorm warning right now, just to our south by Pauls Valley, in that tornado warning just to our north in Pawhuska and northeastern Oklahoma, they're involved with issuing all of those warnings as well. So they're staffed heavily today, watching everything unfold. And as we continue through this afternoon, they just had a shift change, so we have new eyes on the forecast, which is good news, and they'll be helping everyone stay informed as we continue on throughout the rest of our evening and overnight. So some of these storms haven't fired yet here in Norman and Oklahoma City, but they'll be watching them closely. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Mandy, and we hope to all stay safe and be prepared. Thank you. Well, the countdown to the Sooners playing in the Final Four has begun, and Clarke Sachs is here with more.
Thanks, Annie. OU baseball returns home after a long road trip, and the Final Four-bound Sooners make their final preparations before this weekend's big matchup. Sports is straight ahead. Welcome to OU Nightly Sports. I'm Clarke Sachs. Men's basketball is gearing up for their first Final Four since 2002. And today, fans made their way to the LNC to watch the team's final open practice of the season here in Norman. After practice, fans cheered on and sent off the Sooners as the team hopped on buses to head down south. Head coach Lon Kruger is excited for his team to be in a position to reach a well-deserved shot at a national title.
And I couldn't be more happy or pleased for this group to have the opportunity to experience what lies ahead this week. We said over and over, they've earned it, they deserve it, they've worked hard for it, and again, for all that effort and investment to be rewarded from a coaching perspective is very, very pleasing.
A Final Four fun fact about the Sooners: OU becomes the first team to reach the Final Four with the player averaging 25 points or more, since the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets did just that back in 1990 with Dennis Scott. Buddy Hield averages 25.4 points this season, and Scott averaged 27.7 back in 1990. Sooner softball outfielder Aaron Miller has been named one of 10 finalists for the 2016 Senior Class Award in college softball. The award recognizes those with notable performances in the community, classroom, character, as well as on the field. Miller leads the Big 12 with 11 doubles and 3 triples this season while batting .404. Sooner baseball ended a 10-game road trip with a 5-2 win at Arkansas Little Rock last night. OU trailed 1-0 before a 3-run third opened things up. Senior right fielder Alex Wise doubled twice in the night, and freshman right-hander Kyle Tyler picked up his first career win as a Sooner. The winner races a 4-game losing streak as the team prepares for Texas this Friday in Norman. The Sooner men's tennis team broke out the brooms for yesterday's win against Wichita State. OU jumped out to an early lead, winning the doubles point, followed by 3 singles wins. 32nd ranked Axel Alvarez, 91st ranked Spencer Papa, and true freshman Max Mora all won in straight sets to give the Sooners a 4-0 win over the Shockers. Thunder taking on Pistons in Detroit. Kevin Durant and Serge Ibaka had the night off to rest, but the team sure could have used them. OKC was out-rebounded 53-45 and scored just 9 points in the third quarter. Westbrook came up well short of a triple-double in the team's 88-82 loss with 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists on just 8 of 28 shooting. After the game, Westbrook had some choice words when asked about Reggie Jackson's celebration.
Yeah, I did actually. Honestly, I think some real I don't appreciate it from our team and our organization. I don't like it at all. But, you know, it is what it is. It's not. It doesn't matter, man. Honestly, it wasn't changing nothing for us. Obviously, he don't want to be here. He's at a better spot. He's not doing too much of a difference, if you ask me.
Seems like every week we get a great dunk from Aaron Gordon as he continues to work his magic on the court. Elfrid Payton with the steal and the dish to the one-handed tomahawk slam. And unfortunately, Magic fans don't have much other than Gordon's dunks to celebrate these days. The Magic have been eliminated from the playoffs, but the Thunder are still sitting pretty at the number 3 spot in the Western Conference as the season winds down.
That's great. After that tough loss, coming off of that 8-game winning streak, that's a tough loss.
I know, with Durant and Ibaka not
And it's good, though, to have them resting. That'll be helpful.
That's very true.
Well, thanks, Clarke.
Thank you.
Straight ahead on OU Nightly, this grandmother is breaking some heavy records.
I'm Emily Akins at the OU Nightly Update Desk. A court date has been set for a man charged with second-degree murder. A 6-year-old boy was killed after Kelly Korn collided head-on with another vehicle in a wrong-way crash. The trial is set to begin October 17th in Oklahoma City. And police are now looking for a man who was caught on camera trying to break into an Oklahoma City animal clinic this afternoon. Footage shows the man breaking into the Healing Hands Veterinary Clinic, but running away once the alarm sounded. Anyone with information is instructed to call Crime Stoppers. That's it for now. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Emily. Well, if you need some motivation to work out, this video just might do the trick. Check out this 78-year-old lifting 225 pounds not once but twice, but she actually lifts it 3 times. Shirley Webb of East Alton, Illinois is breaking weightlifting records. The grandmother owns the Illinois state record in her age group for deadlifts at 237 pounds. Webb says the harder she works out, the better she feels. And I have to say one word, honestly, that is goals.
I don't know if it's just for her age group. I'm pretty sure she can outlift me.
Yo,
she can definitely outlift me
too.
as well.
All of us.
My arms are very weak. Yes,
Exactly.
that's impressive.
Well, Kaylee, what can you tell us about what we can expect for the rest of the week?
Well, we are looking at the main story for the rest of the week is plenty of sunshine. We're going to see highs in the upper 60s to mid 70s, even with an 80 peaking out on Wednesday and almost not a cloud in the sky. Lots of sun, lots of warm temperatures. Get out there and enjoy it. It's going to be a beautiful end of March and start of April, guys.
That is what I like to hear.
Yeah, hopefully the severe weather wraps up.
Definitely.
I was actually hoping for a little more rain. I mean, I like the rain. I was hoping it was going to stick around.
I know that's how you are, Clarke. Gosh, you and this rain. Well, hopefully the severe weather will calm down. So, thanks for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.
Oklahoma every night, my honey lamb.